My body is unimportant. I'm with the police and we need to get into the harbour.
That is precisely the negligence that has led you to succumb to Al-Ghul.
You mean alcohol? His face contorts in disgust as if he was smelling a dead rat.
You reek of it. An invisible sword of Al-Ghul emerges from your throat. You cannot see it, but others can. It is making the woman in my company sick.
I don't have time for this. Can I just kick him in the knackers and move on? Smell your breath. Kim, is it really so bad?
It's not good.
Thanks for backing me up there, partner. Perception, smell. It's like a rat crawled into your stomach, got drunk and drowned. Thank you for that. Enough. I need you to take down the dead body or let me in.
No, you don't. You need to get another drink. Occidental Haplogroup B4 is done giving orders around here. The influence of the ham sandwich race is waning.
I'm saying they doesn't take orders from the police, I think? The Occidental Haplogroup. I don't know what the hell that means. That's... I'm going to have to put that one through Google Translate, I think. Rhetoric. Does this remind you of someone? The guy down there? That fat racist over there. Point to the racist lorryman. You're just him after pumping some iron. Oh, yeah. We've got a black guy, and down below there's a racist. Let's set them on each other. Let's go with that.
Look at my craniology. I am the pinnacle of my haplogroup. The pink blood is a bad example, even of yours. It saddens me. You were once a noble and powerful race.
That's not what the guy down there said. Let's see if we can go with this line.
You gave the world eugenics, electricity, and powerful weapons of war like missiles and aerostatic aircraft. You made great gains in metallurgy, race theory, and statecraft.
If we've got all those special weapons and great advances, why is my partner using a muzzle-loading pistol with paper cartridges?
You dominated lesser cultures, like the deformed Hemians and the inexplicably potato-obsessed Quakers.
Who?
But now your ascent to the genetic summit has halted. You are obsessed with sadness and with frivolous pop culture.
Yeah, I think he's got a point.
You will be superseded. Isn't that right, babe?
It is, baby, yeah. You know it.
Interfacing. I don't think I've had an interfacing emotion pop up before. There is a button right behind him, just out of reach. It must be the one that opens the door to the harbour. Push him out of the way. It was your people who put that dead body up there? Your people should help me get it down? Yeah, let's try... You're right about all this. Now I need you to help me to get that corpse down from the tree.
Enough with this begging. You should leave the stage of history with dignity by inviting the other races to a great world war.
Okay. He sounds like he's just as racist as the other people.
Bring your troops to the Seminine Islands and to Boogie Street, and we will pulverize you. When you are gone, we will build a museum for you. The walls will be lined with bottles of Al-Ghul, your beloved beverage. Inside, we will store the odes to homosexuality called art, and your microcephalic skulls.
He's not a very nice guy, this, I've decided. There may be a peaceful solution to this. You could internalize Measurehead's race theory. He would take you as one of his own. Really? Wouldn't that mean I have to become a Seminese supremacist myself? Well, yes. Why? Don't you want to be a... Why don't you want to be a Seminese supremacist? So what if you're not Seminese? You can be anything. I've got a 17% chance of knocking him out. And an 83% chance of subscribing to his advanced race theory. Let's show him that... Oh, hang on. One of those tattoos of yours. Let's get some questions off this guy first. Racists are generally not very good examples of their race. He gestures towards the lorryman down the street. I am not like them. I am craniometric perfection. I have taken the trouble to permanently draw a phrenologic grid on my skull and features. This should dispel any doubt. I'm thinking he's talking about tattoos, right? Visual calculus. The drawings are precise and look true to their pseudoscientific ambitions. One thing, however, is not entirely free of throwbacks in the phylogenetic tree. His large jaw, for example, could be a trait indicative of criminalism. Also, his earlobes could be smaller. Are we really judging people on their flipping facial features as to whether they're criminals or not? And is criminality genetic? And does it show in physical features? You're right. That's craniomatic perfection. My race does not stand a chance. Correct, he says. Know anything about this mug? The racist mug? He does not so much as glance at the object. Put this into the trash lately? Stop showing me your pathetic cup. I have no interest in it. He had nothing to do with it. I thought I was going to try and wind him up with it. You serve the Union, don't you? Aren't they white? Don't be vulgar. White or not has got little to do with this. The race enigma runs much deeper than that. He turns his eyes towards the harbour, seemingly bored with you. Yeah, but you still serve them. How does that factor into your life? Mr. Clare is a man of vision and means. He has the will to confront polycultural capital, something your race, naivistic communists, never did. These are big words for Friday night in a tired Mark chat. They really are. Also, to serve is noble. It takes discipline. Your petulant individualism has only contributed to your race failure. It is lax and moronic. My jam is a mysterious fourth thing? Jam. Individualism. You've gotten these ideas from degenerate youth culture, have you not? You have picked them up from rock and roll songs. Youth culture does not affect my thing. I've got it from disco, actually. Offshoots of the Seminoles people invented disco while having sex under the influence of cocaine. It's a shame upon my race, but what is done is done. Where's this stuff coming from? What were the developers smoking when they wrote this game? I'm surprised you enjoy it so much. This has happened to many of the side products of the inevitable cultural victory of the Seminoles race. Let's see. I don't really know who the Seminoles are. I've recently experienced head trauma. I can see that. The Seminoles are the South Island race. Haplogroup A4A, the rightful masters of the Insulindian archipelago. We descend from the Areopagites of ancient Pericarnassus and arrived here 4,000 years ago. I'm sorry I asked. We are the future, that is all you need to know. So you were born and raised on the islands before you moved to Revachol? I'm a descendant. The narrow streets of Ulumbur are with me in my genetic dreams. I see young Seminoles women walk into the grey mass on Ile de Phantom, waiting on immaculate conception from the pale. What the hell is this? So you did not come from the islands? No, he cranes his head. I have heard about it on the radio. So you're not really Seminoles, you're just from Revachol. I'm from Curon. He changes tactics. And no, it is not just in Revachol. The city is central to the Seminoles strategy. Spreading through its trade networks, our culture will dominate the world. You have heard enough about our phylogenetic secrets for today. You have extinction to come to terms with, and never getting that dead body down from the tree. Don't be such an asshole to your fellow dock worker. Show him the stolen ID. The man looks at you, silent and unmoving. His eyes burrow into the remnants of your soul. You are not Santiago. Santiago is not you. Even the phrenically impaired can see this. I wonder if I should have got Kim's camera and taken a picture of me and had it put onto that ID. Do we know someone who can forge stuff? That guy in the pawn shop, maybe. Kim, what do you think about this? I think this racist is better than the last, but the next racist will be the really good one. The that will be our lucky racist. That will be our lucky racist. He will grant us 3 wishes. We're having banter with the lieutenant now. I think that's good. Your pedomorphic friend has quick wits. He leans in to inspect. A protruding occiput, and an indented zygomat. Jesus, this fella is some sort of medical genius. A lieutenant does not flinch. You should keep him close. The congenital defect of farsightedness does not render him a complete invalid. He still has the use of his mind. Okay, so I've got a 17% chance of knocking him out, which I really want to try. It's less than 1 in... It's about 1 in 6, isn't it? So effectively, I need to roll a 6. What have I got in my...
We still need to get into the harbor.
Yes, I know.
We need help with the tree situation. There must be another way.
His gaze wanders over the whirling's roof to the yard. Hang on, we've got instincts here. Senses. Composure. As you turn, a bright light catches your eye, making you squint. Where's it coming from? From a distant sunset? A stage light? Flash photography? Nowhere in particular? It's just what superstar law officers do. They squint at lights, and they solve shit. Actually, now that I hear superstar and law official in a sentence, they sound weird together. Yeah, that's me. I've been establishing my superstardom hard lately. I think I am going to be a superstar law officer. Yeah, you have. You're a big dick cop, Dick Mullen. Salam, Rocky Bye, badass, on the edge disco cop. Time to recede into a ludicrous fantasy world. Here we go. Camera, lights, action. Thought again, some kind of superstar. With a sudden flash, the world freezes around you, and you along with it. In an iconic monochrome solution, a black silhouette against a rasterized orange world. It's on. Okay, we'll have a look at that in a moment. Also, empathy. What's this? We're getting reports of normal, reasonable, temperate political opinion somewhere in Martinez. He was actually quite sensible in his discussion. He wasn't like a raging lunatic about it, which is pretty rare in this day and age. You must be mistaken. I'm a real radical. That's me, Mr. Reasonable. Someone's got to keep it sane around here. This is because I keep saying none of the above to political stuff, isn't it? Yes, go with that one. It's also about that, but it's also more. Perhaps it's a hangover. Perhaps it's a temporary surge of serotonin, but something tells you it's time to become a citizen of the kingdom of conscience. First, where is this kingdom of conscience? It's not a place. It's a moment in time that can only arise in the right circumstances. In all of human history, it's only been achieved a handful of times. How do you bring about these circumstances? Incrementally. Yawn, you'd get there faster with a little speed. That's my drug addiction talking to me. History's greatest catastrophes have been brought about by people trying to make the world a better place too quickly. That's the genius of Dolores Day. She recognised that progress is meaningless if its gains are lost because of instability. Real, lasting change can only come about gradually, increment by increment. Do we want the kingdom of conscience? What about all the things that are wrong now? Tisk tisk. Just because you live in the present doesn't mean you have the right to place your needs above the needs of the future. What? You may never live to see the kingdom of conscience. Your children may not. Even your grandchildren might not. But that's no excuse not to keep working. Composure. What sang-froid. Volition. What benevolence. Electrochemistry. What a joke. Wait, is the kingdom of conscience really about doing things or just preserving the status quo? Do you believe the status quo is preferable to chaos and bloodshed? That's a good question. Chaos and blood... Well, yes, I suppose. Chaos and bloodshed don't sound good. There you have it. Sometimes holding the line is progress. Okay, but what's the kingdom of conscience actually like? The kingdom is difficult to comprehend and even more difficult to describe, partly because humanity will need to discard many of the categories that define and limit it today. The kingdom of conscience is post-capitalist, post-national, post-Brexit, dare I say it, It's also post-industrial, post-ideological, and even post-sexual. That doesn't sound like a... No, let's not go there. Post-sexual? Where's the fun in that? That seems fine. I still want to live for the present, though. Man, that sounds terrible. I don't think I want to be a moralist anymore. We'll just... Yeah, we want to live for the present. What you want is immaterial. The kingdom of conscience is coming, whether you like it or not. Only very slowly. That was a weird little episode there. Okay. I am a magnesium-based life form. That... I lose out on logic, but my volition... That seems actually to be quite good. I've got 2 skill points. Ooh, does it cost one to forget? It costs a skill point to forget something. Unlock for a skill point? Do I want some kind of... I think I want some kind of superstar. No one is saying you're an actual superstar in the groupies and cocaine riddled with hepatitis C, strikes a line exposed with Mike kind of way. You're not a Guillaume Le Million or Davy Dewis. No, you're a metaphorical superstar. You bring that rock and roll authenticity and passion to a line of work where people don't expect or want to see it. Where some would say it doesn't belong, law enforcement. I think if I go with that thought, I think I turn into Ricky Gervais's character from The Office. I think that's where that's going to go. Temporary research bonus, -2 logic. Still seems unlikely. Let's go with it. Unlock. Confirm. I am going to be a superstar. Some kind of superstar? Oh, internalize. That is going to be me. This magnesium-based life form, I am not so sure about. But I also have skill points that I have to spend. Empathy. Physical. Now, this would help me with my chance to knock this guy out, which I like. But the empathy, if I went with empathy, I might have a chance of helping out Kuno. It won't be a great opportunity. I could try it, though. Where's the empathy one? Rhetoric, drama, conceptualization. Perception, hand-eye coordination. That's shooting, right? What's the shivers? Raise the hair on your neck. Tune into the city. Oh, I think one of them jackets I was wearing reduced that by 1. I figured it was some, like, penalty, like getting cold or something. Or suffering from alcohol and cigarette withdrawal. It clearly isn't. Half-light? Ah, empathy. There it is. Psyche base +2. Understand others. Work your mirror neurons. I can't just put it on that then and increase that. What's volition do? Hold yourself together and keep your morale up. Okay, nice. I actually have a bonus in that, so that's quite good. Logic's terrible at the moment. Oh, I see it's got the adjusted scores down here. I don't think I'm doing too... What's suggestion? Charm men and women. Play the puppet master. I don't think so. I'm going to go for empathy. I am going to try and do this. Takes me up to 3. I can talk to Kuno again. And see if that makes a difference. Lots of tasks. I'm going to get a map at some point. What have we got here? Yeah, so this jacket gives me what? +1. It's just a +1 endurance jacket. That's excellent. And a lot of these have a lot of penalties. The shoes... The fingerless gloves are actually good. And the necktie is good as well. See, that gives me composure, but shivers. +1 interfacing. Oh, we did have interfacing come up there, didn't we? Versus electro... I don't like electrochemistry. That's my drug addiction talking. Let's put the yellow gloves on. I look like... It's weird putting them on, but hey. +1 esprit de corps. No, I'll take +1 endurance, I think. Items, interact. Instant photo of tattoos. Interact. Photo of tattoos. An intricate web of blue lines stretches across the torso of the hanged man, from the right shoulder to the solar plexus. Each time the lines intersect, a small white star is formed at their crossing. Hundreds of fading asterisks riddle his skin. Their concentration is highest around his heart. It's not quite what it looks like on there from the description. The pattern still kind of has an ethnic feel to it, but nothing familiar. Who are you? Gone. What's the meaning of this tattoo? For you to discover, you've gotten as far as you will without assistance. Someone who knows about history could tell you. This guy might be able to tell us. He'll know about ethnic tattoos, surely. Okay, let's see. He seems to know a bit about the history of his islands anyway. Shall we just try?
Your race descent has only worsened since
Oh, what I was going to do. I know what I was going to do. I was going to look at my drugs. What have I got? I thought I had some drugs somewhere. Did I not? Ah, maybe I didn't buy them. Okay. There was something. Chance of knocking that guy out anyway. I'm tempted to try it. Let's go for a quick save. It's going to go horribly wrong, isn't it? I don't want to become a supremacist. Maybe it's the way forward.
Your race descent has only worsened
Boom!
since the last soldier.
Success?
You have really let yourself.
Smack! No, it wasn't. It went green. The screen went green. I thought it was going to be a success. Your race descent has only worsened since I last saw you. You've really let yourself go. Okay. Am I unconscious or something? Level up. Okay, so we come out with that, right? I think it's crashed. I think the game's crashed to the point where I can't even load it. I can't do anything. That was fun. Let me get this back again. 1 sec, folks. That was unexpected and kind of a nuisance. So, I hit him so hard, I crashed the game. That's the way I am going to remember that. It wasn't that I failed. I hit him so hard, I crashed the game. I know it didn't look like that on screen, but that's exactly what happened. I am sure of it. It's taking a little while to load this back up. I think it was my GOG trying to cloud sync the save file. That's why the delay is coming in there. So what do you guys think of this game so far? Is it something that you are interested in, like the look of, or is it a bit too weird and out there for you? The story is slowly building and starting to piece together a bit. Why is this not... just cancel. I don't want to sync the save file. Just cancel. It's taking me ages to get in. Right. There we go. It should be coming back up now. We've got the spinny wheel of doom. What's weird is seeing me in 1080p. Well, for games that when I've got no bandwidth issues, and for games that don't have very much movement on the screen, I can manage the 1080p thing fine. If I was doing like a fast-moving thing like Kingdom Come Deliverance, I'm not so sure I would do it. Maybe I could. It might look bad. It's something I'd have to test out. Well, Kingdom Come Deliverance is not exactly a fast-moving game, but something like some fast shooter game, Call of Duty, Apex Legends, or something. We'll go for that quick save there. I don't know whether that would look as good as doing it in 720p but 60 FPS. So, but this is certainly not a 60 FPS game, so we've got the bandwidth. We can definitely go for 1080p. I'm going to hit him again. Knock him out.
Descent has only worsened
Whack.
since the last saw you have really let yourself.
Oh, ow! I think he just crunched. I think I actually succeeded that before, you know. Formidable failure. How did this happen? Your little fist is in his giant hand and he's squeezing. It hurts. You must be out of your mind, degenerate drunk. The pressure on your hand becomes unbearable. Say it. I am a degenerate alcoholic. I'm a cop. Physical instrument. Your fist cracks in his hand like a ripe apple. Pain shoots up into your brain as he's twisting it more and more. The words to the Song of Change say, I am a violent drunk. No, I won't say anything. Your hand twists in his grip and the pain blinds you. Still, you press the words out of your swollen mouth. Oh, good, he says. He releases your hand. Now leave before you humiliate your homoerotic organisation any further. Yeah, I'm just going to load that back in now I know how that works. Because I don't think that's taught me anything useful. So the 1080p thing on the other end of the stream, does it look okay? Or does it look grainy, pixelated, too low a bit rate, anything like that? It should look fine with this game, I imagine, but let me know. So, let's go. We're not getting past him. There's no way down. We can't get through the office. Try banging on the door, maybe. No. Let's go and talk to this other racist. Maybe we can set racist upon racist here. It looks fine. Cheers. Do you have anything else to say? Should I push him off his little perch?
Hola, wandering man.
The measurehead thing didn't go well for me. Could you help me with that somehow? Sorry, busy surveying the situation. Takes a swig from his flask. I'm sure you'll figure something out. You guys have all sorts of gadgets these days. Wiretapping, telescopic battens, futuristic circuit bending to infiltrate Harvard machinery. Maybe you could even knock that Cavilson crane over using some remote controls. He stops to think. Oh, calling in tactical air support. You guys have air support, right? Turn to Kim. Wait, we have air support? Why didn't you tell me? Kim, because we don't. We don't have air support or any of those other things. I get it. Hush, hush about the secret technology. He pats the side of his nose with his index finger. Alright, I may have some advice for you on how to deal with Jean-Luc there. Out of solidarity to the RCM. It's low on technology, however. Yes? First, don't fight him. Obviously. Second, get him to share his theory by being subordinate. Admit your lack of expertise. Basically grovel. That's how I do it. He tips his beret and concludes, you're welcome. That wasn't useful at all. Maybe that would work. We'll have to see. Okay. Let's just go and do it, because I can go back and forth in this game all night long, trying to find other ways around things. But let's just deal with this and try and move on, because otherwise this is going to be a 200-hour game of mostly frustration. I still want to try and hit him. We could just keep loading the game in until we roll a 17.
Your race descent has only worsened since I last.
Well, I must have said the right things.
You have really let yourself go.
Okay, let's go with this. Ask what kind of races are there first. Classification is core to this stuff. Measurehead, I'm new to this world. Help me understand its races. I need to know what kind of different races are there. Do you? The lieutenant looks at you. This is for the thing, whisper. The lieutenant looks toward the harbour's electronic door and then to you. He lets out an audible sigh. You are obviously a liberal sealite, the man tells him. A polyculturalist. I can see it from your love of microtechnology and your sartorial choices. Do not deny your friend the truth you have denied yourself. There are 3 categories of race. Type A, the heroic races. Type B, the servile races. And the vile CF race cauldron of pederasty? Pederasty? Which one do you need education on? Type A. These are the Seminese, the Areopagites, and the Occidentals, excluding the Maun, of course. The Maun are riddled with eczema to the point where they find it impossible to smile. They are all lactose intolerant, a common result of inbreeding. He's got everything sussed out, this guy, hasn't he? A receding genetic pool has led the Maun on reprehensible street parades in Maun cities like Stades Canal and Vredefort, wearing wooden clogs on their feet and little green tassels on their hats. Okay, got it. Who are Type A then in your view? The Vespertines and Messinians of Vesper and Messina, the ancient Meteorans of Meteo by the golden Pasantic Sea, the Sirens of Sur La Clef, and even the North Konigsteiners all have A-race propensities. All of the large mondial civilization, the Mesk, are 2 yellow and oleaginous to count as a heroic race. True, they are violent and expansionist, but they have a glandular problem. Draws his finger across his face. Excuse me. Overproduction of sebum. Sebum is leaking into their brains, making them listen to the El Mariachi music and eat toxic minced meat based food, which in turn only produces more sebum, i.e. like oil on your skin. And who are the Seminoles and Areopagites in this?